I am wearing my bandana today to get in the jungle spirit. As Charlie knows, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here! Episode 2. Last night was a roller coaster of emotions. We had upset, we had laughter, we had screaming, and that was just me concerned about poor old Toff, who was struggling getting insects off her, and everyone seemed to be completely ignoring her. But more about that later. To begin the episode, we had our first shower scenes. Our first jungle... I don't know, it's not much of a shower. It's kind of just a trickle from some rocks, but it's freezing cold water. And Toff and Stan braved it last night. But what I did notice was that for the first time, seemingly, there was a bath in camp. Yeah, talk about having a long day in the jungle and then going for a bubble bath. Am I right? But to get the water, you kind of have to seesaw, and then the water comes down a wooden pipe. But, you know... who wouldn't enjoy a long soak after a hard day in the jungle? You know, I mean, it might be cold water, but it's still a soak. Yeah, so we then saw Amir and Toff take on the first Bush Tucker challenge. Now, Toff was kind of locked in a box, if you will, with critters being ploughed on top of her every seemingly 30 seconds. Well, Amir had to find keys that were hidden around what seemed like the inside of a tree to unlock her from her box. But you know what? Toff kind of showed Amir up. She handled it like a pro, even though she was absolutely terrified. She lay there and she took it. I mean, give it to her, there might have been a few screams here and there, but she managed it like a pro. Amir seemed to start off okay, but once he pulled out a snake out of a hole instead of a key, game over. He shouted, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," which has now meant he's set up for every single task this series voted for by the public. Am I right? What concerned me most, though, wasn't that, you know, Amir shouted, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," and they've got no meals. It was that after they had done the task, Ant and Dec seemed to talk to Amir, and poor Toff was struggling trying to get bugs off her, and no one was helping her. She was saying, "Darling, can you help me?" I love the way she says darling, by the way. "Darling, can you get these? I'm being serious. They're all over me," like flinging her hair about. And the men just kind of stood there. I mean, come on. The girl is seemingly struggling. Please help her. I could not help laughing. As much as I was concerned for Toff, honestly, it was the funniest thing. But I mean, after a minute and a half, they seemed to help her. But, you know, the girl's probably shaken off a few bugs by then. She needed the help when she was calling for it. They then went back into camp, that was Amir and Toff, to deliver the news that they would not be getting a meal for that night. And again, the same situation arose. Toff was completely ignored. She was visibly upset. But Amir kind of was telling all the campmates what was happening. And Toff was obviously and showing that she was upset, but again was completely ignored. I really felt for Toff last night. I really did. She's got to be my best campmate, the best celebrity in there at the moment. I think she is bringing the entertainment value 100%. I am loving Toff in there. Then after the first ad break, we went back to the celebrities chatting in camp. So they were seemingly bonding about what they do and passing on advice, because we saw Stan at one stage asking Jack Maynard, who is a YouTuber, about vlogging. Could we possibly see a new YouTube channel from Stan Johnson in the near future? I think so. It might be about politics. You know what? He could live a new lifestyle after the jungle. He could do like Bear Grylls, but Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson does Hyde Park, Stanley Johnson does number 10 Downing Street. Yes, I am calling for this. I want Stanley Johnson to do Bear Grylls style reality TV show. I think he would ace it. And of course, as every conversation has turned to in the last seemingly 18 months, the conversation turned to Brexit. So, you know, you're in Australia, you're in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of nowhere, and you still talk about Brexit. It's a big subject, but, you know, you're never going to escape Brexit. I don't think we're probably going to leave Brexit within, 2 years. We might go on for another 10 years. So we're never going to escape this, people. We are never going to escape Brexit. But that's another issue. And then we saw the Dingo Dollar Challenge, the first Dingo Dollar Challenge of the series, where Jenny McAlpine, Dennis Wise, and Rebecca Vardy had to endure a challenge where they had to spin a wheel and then the ticker had to land in the win section for them to get a light, and they had to get 3 green lights to get the Dingo Dollar cash. If they did not get it within the win segment, they would then be ploughed into a freezing cold pit of water, from what I took from it. I mean, it is the middle of Australia. It is Australia, and it's probably, the temperature is probably boiling, but, being ploughed into a cold lake or puddle or whatever it was over and over again, you are going to get cold. You are going to get freezing cold. They won the challenge. They got 3 green lights after a serious amount of time and a serious amount of going in that water. And then they had to go to Kiosk Keith, and they were either presented with tea they could win and take back to camp, or biscuits. They opted for the biscuits. Good choice. Although I wouldn't have gone amiss a big mug of tea if I were in the jungle. I love my tea. But yeah, and then Kiosk Keith then had to ring to the celebrities down in camp and ask them whether a higher percentage of the British public would prefer going on a first date or just having a tea and biscuit. And it turns out that British public like their tea and biscuits. I'm with you there. And yeah, they took biscuits back to the camp, and I think that was greatly appreciated. After living on beans and rice for a day and a half, 2 days, that biscuit would probably have been like a meal. Would have been just all things good, all things good. And then the celebrities had more bonding time, and there was a campfire, and I was like, where is the guitar, where is the ukulele, and where is the roasted marshmallows, because this is a camp scene if I've ever seen one. And yeah, they seem to be getting on really, really well. How long the piece will last, I don't know. Food's tight, emotions will run high. We could see anything in a week. These people could be rioting in the next week, but at the moment they're keeping it nice and peace, mellow and calm. Then they had 3 of the contestants, so that was Shappy, Jack Maynard and Vanessa White, had the opportunity to win a golden meal ticket. It's a bit like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, really, isn't it? But in a jungle with celebrities. And yeah, they had to hold a light until the bell rang, keep the light lit. Vanessa and Jack failed after they scared themselves with thinking that a leaf was a rat or something running around. And Shappy won. She won a golden meal ticket. However, plot twist, the twist thickens, the plot thickens, not the twist. She will only receive this if Amir completes the second Bush Tucker trial, as Amir was voted to complete the trial by the British public in the closing moments of last night's episodes. And again, I will leave it there. That is my review of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, episode 2. Join me tomorrow where I will be reviewing the 3rd episode. Please subscribe below if you want to continue watching me. Keep updated with all things I'm a Celeb, all things entertainment. And leave any comments on anything that you think I should be reviewing, you'd like to hear my opinions and thoughts on. And I will do my best to deliver. Until next time, guys, see ya. And yeah, stay tuned.